Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins. We're going to have a quick look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then an overall vibe of what I think is likely to take place in the market as a whole. So first of all, just to let you know, my live streams tonight for Patreon users, £7.50 a month, 2 live streams a week, 16 hours a month, £7.50. Never mind, that out of the way, let's have a look. So we've got some decent price action going off here. If we look at the weekly, it's desperate to make a new all-time high. Even if it were to just push up to 60,000 and then have a bit of a retrace from there, it's got every chance to do that. Now, knowing that, knowing that. Is why I think why we've been seeing some of these dailies in this relatively volatile range. If we go to the 4 hourly, we can see it a bit clearer. At 4 hourly here, we can see us testing the center of the Bollinger Band, testing the center of the Bollinger Band, wicking below the center of the Bollinger Band. I think it's basically liquidating people who are getting a bit too excited, going over it, just getting a bit too excited on the leverage, basically, and liquidating themselves, I would imagine. But even on the daily, we've got every opportunity here that we will push up to 60, and then when we get to 60, it could either reject from there as a natural, round figure. That's how us simple humans like to behave. $60,000 sell, automatic sell order triggered, $60,000. That's just that's the nature of humans, I suppose. But I mean, I don't think that it'll stop there overall, because if we judge it on the basis of this chart, we've got conversion baseline here above a green cloud with a Chiku span above price action. This looks to me very much like it's ready to make a decent run, and a decent run to me, I think, over the next few weeks or months, and basically not much time at all. Will snake its way up into the 70,000s. That's kind of what I'm expecting to see. Probably not in that way, but 70,000 I think is very, very achievable on this run, given the way that the chart is set up. So that's Bitcoin out of the way. So to get it clear, I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin will make a run, and when Bitcoin does run, alts can sometimes suffer a little bit. However, I have this to present you now. This is the Ethereum weekly chart. Remember, we were talking about setting up Ethereum bots, creating bots, whether it's Bitsgap or Pinex or whatever bot it is that you wanted to use. People often ask me, what's a risk-free bot? What bot is the least risky bot I could create? And I say, well, for me, I'm not really into telling people what to do. I'd rather, teach a man to fish then give them a fish. But what I would say in respect of that question is that if you really wanted a risk-free bot, well, no, risk-free is not the right word, the least risky bot would be to use the 2 strongest cryptocurrencies. That would be Bitcoin and Ethereum, and trade them against each other on a long-term time frame. And what we see here is over the last 14 months or so, we have consistent up and downs meeting this trend line here, and every time we kind of hit this trend line, apart from these two where we spent 2 weeks below it, I suppose we had a week below it there as well, ever so slightly, we've basically come down to test it and form a rally from it. So if there were to be a bot to be created, it might not be the most profitable bot you could ever have, but it might be a bot that you could have for a very long time. So basically, low maintenance bot is basically presenting itself to us as we speak. This would be Ethereum to Bitcoin. So you would be earning Bitcoin as a result of the bot profit or the grid profit, and this is more or less the time to do it. As you can see, we tested the trend line here 3 weeks ago. We had a little attempt to rally. We come back down to test it once again today. So the rules are, the general idea is that we will form a rally from this at some point soon. So when we come down to test this, we had this big rally here. We had 1, 2, 3, and then we launched 4. Came down to test it, 1, 2, a little rally. It wasn't much, and then sort of a big one there. Then 1, 2, 3, and then up, and then we had one big one below. 1, 2, 3. So I am expecting to see a rally against Bitcoin with Ethereum. And again, when we look at this, we've got a conversion baseline cross on the weekly. It's it's not a perfect one, but it's a decent one all the same. The MACD and things does suggest that there is probably going to be a couple of weeks delay on this one, so we might have plenty of time to set this bot up. But if you're going to use this chart and you're going to use this chart the way I would use it, I would suggest that perhaps maybe this would be a time to perhaps maybe set one of those bots up, and you would set the bot up for a long for the long haul. You would have you'd have this zone here with a trailing up section on. It's 80% range, and you would trade it as such, and it should do okay over the long term. And I mean long term. This as far as this chart's concerned, until proven otherwise, it's in a consistent uptrend. And if you're not bullish on Ethereum, well then this isn't the bot for you. Right. So aside from talking about bots, I also would see this as some form of indicator, because it's a very large market cap with Ethereum, and that will correspond to the way that the Bitcoin dominance reacts if Ethereum starts to rally. Now, obviously, it's not rallying right now. In fact, it's come down to test that trend line. But if it were to bounce from there, then we would see Bitcoin dominance come down. And what we're looking to see is for Bitcoin dominance to effectively break below 60% dominance, and then that would cause a significant alt season. But if Bitcoin wants to rally up to $60,000 to maybe $70,000, then we're not going to be seeing that anytime soon. We could actually see a massive increase in Bitcoin dominance, and I'll be thinking areas of 63.8. Maybe even higher. We just at the moment we just have to wait and see how Bitcoin reacts. When Bitcoin wants to do something, it just does it, and everyone has to stand back and admire it and just let it do its thing. So that's the overall concept of the market. There is a chance that we bounce from here with Ethereum. There is a chance we get rejected from here with Bitcoin dominance, but there's also a very strong possibility that all of this is blown out of the water by Bitcoin. Either way, I'm pretty bullish on the market overall, whether that be alts or Bitcoin. They're all going to go up, in my opinion. It's all going to go up very nicely, whether that's immediately after you've watched this video or over the next 3 to 5 weeks, which I think is more realistic, because I'm basing a lot of my analysis basically on the fact that this is a weekly chart here, and there can sometimes be about 3 to 5 weeks, maybe even more, before Ethereum does that rally. And then when it does that rally, I'm expecting it to make yet another high. So we've got a high here, higher high here, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low. There's rhythm to this one, but it is a weekly chart. So just because I've said something, you've watched a video, and then you look at the price straight after that, doesn't necessarily mean that my analysis was wrong. It just means that you're expecting something, because I've told it to you, and you may have to wait several weeks, because we are looking at a weekly chart. Don't be fooled by the fact that this looks like a little thing. This uptrend essentially started all the way back in December 2019, so it's quite a long one. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there for this video, and I will make some more videos on specific coins that I'm trading and my expectations of those throughout the day. And I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.